Hello Year 1, this is Mrs. Parkin. I hope you're all doing well and doing lots of your learning at home. Today in history we're going to be looking at something brand new. We're going to be thinking about castles and all of the different parts of a castle. I wonder how much you know already. Let's see. The first part of the castle that we're going to take a look at is where this blue arrow is pointing. Can you see the blue arrow on the screen? Does anybody know what that's called? It's called a moat. A moat is a deep hole that goes all around the castle and it's filled with water. It helped protect the castle from enemies because it was very difficult for them to cross the moat and enter the castle. The moat was often filled with dirty, smelly water. If you've ever seen a castle before, either in a book or on the television, or you maybe even have seen one in real life, you might have noticed that they have very, very high walls. Why do you think that might be? Yeah, that's right. These very deep and steep walls, they stopped enemies from entering the castle. Now, can you remember the first picture that we looked at, the picture of the moat? Well, this picture here is a drawbridge, and this is the only way that you could cross a moat. They're usually made of wood, and you can raise or lower the drawbridge depending on whether or not the people in the castles wanted you to come in. The ropes or chains were attached to the end of the bridge and then rigged to a pulley so that the guards were able to quickly raise it. Now, once you got across the drawbridge, you would reach a special wall called the curtain. The curtain wall was there to protect the inside of the castle. This wall around the castle was strong enough to survive a common weapon called a battering ram, which if you look at the little picture in the corner, you can see some soldiers using a battering ram trying to get into some castle doors. This curtain wall could be as thick as the height of a 2-story building. Wow, that's really thick. Another important feature on a castle is a gatehouse, and that was built into the curtain. At first this was just a simple door to go in and out of the castle, but over time that changed. Enemy armies often came to this area, so an iron grate called a portcullis was added that could be put down to block the entrance as well as the heavy wooden doors. Can you see the portcullis? The blue arrows pointing to it. This is a part of a castle that you actually might already know. This is a tower. Towers were also a part of the curtain. They allowed people to look about and keep watch outside the castle's walls. Also, at times, they kept prisoners. The part of the castle that you can see in this picture is called the keep, and this is the highest point and the centre of defence. This is the strongest and most secure place in a castle. Now, can you see that soldier at the bottom of the screen? He was called an archer. Do you know what that weapon is that he has in his hand? Yep, that's right, it's a bow and arrow. Now on a castle, there were things called arrow slits, also called arrow loops, and they were thin gaps in the castle walls that archers could fire their arrows onto the enemy attackers. Can you see there where that arrow's pointing? Okay everyone, that's all of the parts of the castle that we're going to take a look at today. What I'd like you to do now is I'd like you to draw some of the important parts of a castle. I'd like you to draw the portcullis, the tower, the drawbridge and the curtain. If you look inside your home learning pack, you'll find the sheet that you need to draw these pictures on. If you would like to share any of the work that you've done, you can send it to my email address, which is on the screen. You could take a photograph of it and send it to our Year 1 home learning page on our school Facebook page. Or if you want, you can just keep it in your pack, and when you bring it to school, we'll take a look at it then.